Hello my lovely students, how are you? I hope you're fine and in good health. In this video, we're gonna talk about Lesson 3 Unit 1. In Lessons 1 and 2, we have talked about the light energy. In Lesson 3, we will talk about another form of energy. Well, could you guess what is this form from this scene? Yep, amazing! Lesson 3 is talking about the magnet or the magnetic energy. I bet all of you know what is the magnet and what can the magnet do. This orange cat can't run away from Thomas, right? If you watched the whole episode, you might know that this orange cat swallowed an air. And Thomas used a magnet to attract or pull him. Of course, this is an exaggeration, but the main point is that this tool, which is called magnet, has the power or the ability to attract or pull some materials like iron. So, as you can see, this is one shape of the magnet, and as you can see that it attracts or it pulls any object made of iron. This power of the magnet that attracts iron materials is called magnetism. And this is our lesson today. So, Lesson 3 is talking about magnetism. And as we said before, magnetism is the power of the magnet to attract the materials that are made of iron. Well, have you ever wondered how do we know about the magnet? I will tell you a short story of discovering or finding the magnet. In Magnesia, in ancient Greece, there lived a shepherd named Magnus. One day he was looking after his sheep in the hills. All of a sudden, he felt a mysterious force pulling his iron staff from his hand. Even the iron nails on his sandals were being pulled out. To his great surprise, he discovered that it was a huge black rock next to him that was pulling his staff and the nails. And as you can see, this black rock is a natural rock that has ability to attract or pull iron materials. Well, the main point of this story is 2,000 years ago, the ancient Greeks found a type of black rocks, and ancient Greeks, like ancient Egyptians, those who lived on Greece, they found a type of black rocks located in an area named Magnesia. This type of rocks has an attraction force to any material made of iron, like iron nails. This black rock called natural magnet. And the word natural means made by God. We said before. From this picture, we can define what is a natural magnet. Well, what's meant by natural magnet? Look at this picture in front of you. If I want to describe this picture, it's what? It's a black rock, right? And this black rock has the ability to attract all iron nails. So, natural magnet, it's a black rock which is made of one of iron ores that's known as magnetite. You will ask me, what's meant by ore? Ore is the original shape of the metal in nature. Or metals like iron, like gold, and so on are found in nature in a form of rocks like this, or exist in nature in a form of rocks. So ore here means what? Means the original shape of the metal in nature. And iron has many or different ores, like what? Like magnetite, hematite, and so on. You don't need to know all these ores, you have just to know one of them, which is called magnetite, because magnetite is the only ore of iron that has the ability to attract all iron materials. So let's say it again. What's meant by natural magnet? It's a black rock which is made of one of iron ores that is known as magnetite. Well, here I will ask you, write the scientific term. It's a black rock which is made of one of iron ores that's called magnetite. So this is what, of course, this is a definition of natural magnet. I could ask you also, complete the following. Natural magnet is a black rock that's made of one of ore that's called what? Yep, super magnetite. Any problem till now? Okay. Well, we have two types of the magnet. First one is natural magnet, and we have talked about the natural magnet, and we have known that natural magnet is the black rock that's made of one of iron ores that's called magnetite. We have also another type of magnet that's called artificial magnet, and from its name artificial, we said it before. What's meant by artificial? Super. It means it made by human or man. We have different shapes of artificial magnet. Like first one is called bar magnet, and bar magnet like your chocolate bar. So first one is bar magnet. Second one is ring magnet. Number 3 is horseshoe magnet. 4 disc magnet. 5 magnetic needle. So we have many shapes of artificial magnets. First one, let's say them together. Bar magnet, ring magnet, horseshoe magnet, disc magnet, and magnetic needle. Here, I will ask you, complete the following sentence. What and what are from types of the magnet? So, types of magnet, we have two types of magnet, natural and artificial. But if I asked you what, and what are from the shapes of artificial magnets, so the answer will be bar magnet, ring magnet, horseshoe magnet. Of course, you can choose any 3 from these magnets in front of you. So let's say them together. We have two types of magnet, natural magnet and artificial magnet. Artificial magnet like bar magnet, ring magnet, horseshoe magnet, disc magnet, and magnetic needle. Well, the question is, does the magnet attract any object? You can bring any magnet and bring all these stuff or all these objects in front of you. And let's try together. Approach your magnet to the first one, the iron nails. What do you think? Iron nails can be attracted to magnets? Of course, yes, because it's made of iron. What about the second one, this pen? Yep, pen also can be attracted to magnet because it's made of iron. What about the paper clips? Paper clips also can be attracted to the magnet. Okay, let's try with the spoon. Yes, spoon can be attracted to magnet because it's made of steel, and steel is a metal that has the ability to be attracted to magnet. What about this coin? Of course, our coins can be attracted to magnet because it's made of a metal called nickel. So any object made of iron, steel, and nickel can be attracted easily to the magnet. Okay, let's try this aluminum foil or this aluminum plate. No, aluminum plate or aluminum foil cannot be attracted to magnet. What about the copper wires? Also, copper wires or any object made of copper cannot be attracted to the magnet. What about the gold ring? And gold ring, any gold objects cannot be attracted to the magnet. What about the pencil? Of course no, any wood cannot be attracted to the magnet. What about this silver ring? Of course, silver ring also cannot be attracted to the magnet. What about the glass? No. Okay, what about the papers? Papers also cannot be attracted to the magnet. What about this plastic bottle? And any plastic objects also cannot be attracted to the magnet. From here, we can know, or I can tell that we have two types of materials. First type of materials can be attracted to the magnet and called magnetic materials. And the second type is known as non-magnetic materials. Well, as I said before, we have something called magnetic materials and non-magnetic materials. Magnetic materials, they are the materials which are attracted to the magnet. Like what? You can remember? Super. Any object made of iron or steel or nickel like the coins, and also we have another metal can be attracted to the magnet called cobalt. So we have 4 metals only can be attracted to the magnet. Not all metals can be attracted to the magnet, just 4. Let's say them together: iron, nickel, steel, and cobalt. Let's say them again: iron, nickel, steel, and cobalt. What about non-magnetic materials? They are the materials which are not attracted to the magnet. They cannot be attracted to the magnet. So let's say the examples: glass, wood, papers, aluminum, plastic, copper, gold, silver, or any other object that aren't made of iron, nickel, steel, and cobalt. So here I will ask you, complete the following magnetic materials like super, iron, nickel, steel, and cobalt. But non-magnetic materials such as amazing glass, wood, paper, aluminum, plastic, copper, gold, and silver. Write the scientific term. They are the materials which are not attracted to the magnet. This is the definition of non-magnetic materials. Well, to memorize the magnetic materials, you can remember this sentence: I can't see neck. I here refers to iron, C refers to cobalt, S refers to steel, and refers to nickel. And this is a picture of cobalt and steel and nickel. So remember this sentence: I can see neck. I, iron, C. Cobalt, S. Steel, and nickel. Okay, let's play together. We have some objects. We have some magnetic materials and non-magnetic materials. You will see if this picture belongs to magnetic materials, so you will write M. And if this picture belongs to non-magnetic materials, so you will write N. Let's start. Bottle opener is magnetic or non-magnetic? Super! It's M. It's magnetic because it's made of iron. Needle? M. Super because it's made of iron. Glass? No, it's non-magnetic material. Wall? Okay, it's non-magnetic. Scissors? Oh, it's made of iron, so it's magnetic. Button? Non-magnetic. Paper clip? Magnetic. Leaf? Super, it's non-magnetic materials. Table? Wow, it's non-magnetic. Screw or nails? Of course, magnetic. Eraser? Non-magnetic. Nut? Of course, it's magnetic. So, we have talked about the magnet, and we said that the ability or the power of the magnet to attract magnetic materials is known as magnetism or magnetic force, and this force is invisible force. It's a force that you cannot see. So let's say it again. What's meant by magnetism? It's the ability of the magnet to attract magnetic materials. Magnet also has some properties. First one, the magnet has two poles. 2. The similar magnetic poles repel each other, but the opposite magnetic poles attract each other. 3. The freely moving magnet always takes a fixed direction, which is north-south direction. 4. The magnet is surrounded by an area called magnetic field. We're gonna talk about each one in details. Let's start with the first one. The magnet has two poles. The first property of the magnet is the magnet has two poles. Any magnet has two poles or two ends, like this picture in front of you. One of them is North Pole, and we colored the North Pole with red, and the other pole is South Pole, and we colored the South Pole with blue. So, the red pole of the magnet is the North Pole, and the blue pole of the magnet is the South Pole. So let's say it again, that the magnet, any magnet, has two poles. One of them is north and the other one is south. The North Pole is red and the South Pole is blue. The power of the magnet, or the attraction force of the magnet, is concentrated at the two poles of the magnet or magnetic poles. The word concentrated means too high. So the power or the attraction force of the magnet is too high at the magnetic poles. If you want to prove that the attraction force or the power of the magnet is too high at the magnetic poles, we can bring a magnet and some iron filings. And iron filings is this powder in front of you, which is made of iron, so it can be attracted to the magnet. Approach this magnet to these iron filings. You can notice that the most of iron filings are attracted to the two poles or two ends of the magnet, and there is no iron filings at the middle of the magnet. From here, we can tell that the attraction force of the magnet is concentrated at the two poles of the magnet and disappears at the middle of the magnet. So, if I ask you, give reason, most of nails or most of iron filings are attracted to the two poles of the magnet or magnetic poles when it be approached to nails or iron filings. Why? Because the attraction force of the magnet is concentrated at the two poles of the magnet. So, if I want to define what's meant by magnetic poles, we said that magnetic poles is the two poles or two ends of the magnet. The magnetic poles is the regions on the magnet which have the most attraction force. So, what's meant by magnetic poles? It's the region on the magnet which have the most attraction force. And region means area. Okay, we will talk about the third property of the magnet. But first, I wanted to bring two magnets. Approach the North Pole from the first magnet to the South Pole from the second magnet. What did you notice? Super! You will find that they attract each other, right? So I can tell that the opposite poles or the unlike poles, they attract each other. Okay. Now I want you to approach the North Pole from the first magnet to the North Pole from the second magnet. What will happen? Super! You will see that they repel each other, right? What's meant by repel? Repel means cannot attract. So the North Pole and the North Pole cannot attract each other. So they repel each other. From here I can tell that similar poles or like poles repel each other. Try the South Pole from the first magnet to the South Pole from the second magnet. They have the same result, so they repel each other. Okay, from here we can conclude that the similar magnetic poles repel each other, but the opposite magnetic poles attract each other. So if I asked you, give reason, the North Pole of magnet attracts the South Pole of another magnet but repels the North Pole. Super! Because the opposite magnetic poles or unlike magnetic poles attract while the similar or like magnetic poles repel. So as you can see in this picture, that the similar poles or like poles repel or cannot attract each other, while the different poles or opposite poles or unlike poles, they attract each other. The last property of the magnet in this lesson is talking about the freely suspended magnet always takes a fixed direction, which is north-south direction. What does that mean? You can remember when I said that the magnet has two poles. One of them is north and the other one is south. Why did we name them as north and south? To answer this question, I wanted to bring a magnet, hang it by a thread on a holder like this picture in front of you, and wait till it settles or stop moving. You will find that the north pole of the magnet points or refers to the north pole of the earth, and the south pole of the magnet points or refers to the south poles of the earth. Try this experiment with another magnet. You will get the same result. So, the freely suspended, and the word suspended means hanging. So, the freely suspended magnet always takes a fixed direction, which is north-south direction. It means that the north pole of the magnet points to the north pole of the earth, and the south pole of the magnet points or refers to the south pole of the earth. Here, I will ask you, complete the following sentence. The freely suspended magnet always takes what? Super! Always takes fixed direction, which is north-south. So you must write north-south direction. The last part in this lesson is talking about the compass. Have you ever seen this tool in front of you before? Okay, what is the compass? This tool consists of a small and light magnetic needle. You know what is a magnetic needle? Wow, amazing, you have a good memory. Magnetic needle is one of the shapes of artificial magnet. So, we use this magnetic needle, which is small and light magnet, and we fix it on an axis to spin or to move freely. Actually, this tool, we use it to identify or to locate or to know the main 4 geographical directions. You know what are these 4 geographical directions? Super! Like north, south, east, and west. So we use this tool to know our directions, because this magnetic needle, it's like any magnet. It points to the north pole of the earth, or it takes a fixed direction north-south. So this magnetic needle, when it settles or when it stops moving, so it points to the north-south direction. So we use it to identify or to locate the main 4 geographical directions. The one who invented or the one who made this tool is William Gilbert. William Gilbert made this tool to know the 4 geographical directions. So, if you lost on desert or ocean, compass can be used to guide you to the right way. Even pilots use it on the air. So let's say it again. What is the compass? It's a tool consists of a small and light magnetic needle that can spin or move freely around a fixed axis. And we use it to identify the main 4 geographical directions. Because the compass or the magnetic needle points to the north-south direction. You can see it easily here on the second one, on the second picture. You can see that the magnetic needle has red part. This red part points to N or points to north. So, if I asked you, write a scientific term, tool used to identify or to locate the four geographical directions. So this is what? This is the compass. Now watch this video to make it clear.